Last week we built a Google form that saved customer messages, so for example, a contact us message, directly into a Google Sheet. And we did that using Google Forms, which is a pretty straightforward thing to do with Google Forms. But the problem with Google Forms is that they're just kind of generic looking. So you don't really get a lot of control over what things look like, how they fit into your brand, etc. And beyond aesthetics, they just aren't really that flexible. You can create very basic forms with very basic inputs, but that's really about it. But the new AI tools like Lovable and Google AI Studio, which is specifically what we're going to cover here today, really have given us some more options for this kind of thing. You can basically tell it exactly what you want, including how exactly it looks, how you want your fields to work, how you want your validation to work, etc. So it really gets past a lot of the limitations that we've had in the past with Google Forms. But then the next problem is, how do you actually get the data from these forms that you create with AI into Google Sheet? You can, of course, just tell AI, hey, put the data into a Google Sheet for me. But if you've tried to do that or anything like that, you've probably seen the kind of circles that you can run into with it actually trying to get it to do what you want it to do. So today we're going to look at the exact steps, including exactly what you need to tell the AI and how to set things up in order to make this happen. All right, let's get into it. As usual, I'll show the end result here before I show how we're going to build this. So this is on my website. This is a WordPress-based website. I asked the AI to create a form for me to use on the website. That's what's right here. I'm going to go start filling it out. You see if I go and say submit now, it's got validation in it, so certain fields are required. So it's giving me those messages if it's failing. So I'm just going to say Doug Co here. We will select this, and I'm going to say I need a car. All right, and I'm going to go ahead and submit that. It will take a second to process. And it comes back and says, thanks, your message has been sent. And now if I switch over to my Google Sheet, you see it's got a new row in there, including all the column headers for all my questions with all those values filled in. All right, we're going to look at how to set that all up in a minute. But first, if you're new to the channel, welcome. My name is Doug, and what we do here is talk about Google Workspace and specifically how you can get the most out of Google Workspace in your business. If that sounds useful, definitely be sure to subscribe. And if you're not on YouTube regularly, I've also got a new option where you can just provide your email address and I'll send you an email to let you know whenever I post a new video, which is just about weekly. So I've got a link to that form to subscribe right up there. We're going to use Google AI Studio to create this. And if you haven't used AI Studio before, it's at aistudio.google.com. It's free to sign up for. And once you sign up for it, you'll end up at a page like this that shows all the different options that you have available. So you can use a lot of the different AI tools that Google has within here. For example, just the plain AI chat and stuff that you have in Gemini, but also image generation using Nano Banana. If you haven't heard of that, it's a very good image generation tool, video generation, text to speech, all kinds of different things. But what we're going to use here is over on the left-hand side, and it's this build tool. What I'm going to do is have the AI create a form for me that I can embed into my website. But it's also possible to just have it create an entire website for you, which is going to give you a URL for accessing your form. So very similar to what we have with Google Forms and the way that that whole thing works. That's actually the default way that AI Studio works, is just by creating a form or an app for you that's available through a URL. And you can even use your own custom domain name for that. For example, myform.mysite.com or something like that. But that's all a little bit too much to get into in this video, so I'll cover that in another video. I've created this prompt that basically describes to the AI exactly what we want to do, and I'll include a link to this down in the description so you can copy and paste and use it for your own purposes. But the first thing to call out here is your site here. So for this, I'm going to go over to the site where I want to actually place my form. You see it's on workspaceway.com here with a path. But what you want is the actual beginning part here up into the path. So the part up until .com or .org or whatever your website is. If you have www included, you want to include that in what you're doing here. If you don't have it, like my case, you don't want to have it. But basically, wherever you want to have your form located, you want the exact beginning of your URL for that, and you want to paste that into that text document. So I'll paste that here. And then a few other things to call out. I'm going to attach a Google form image or a screenshot of the Google form just to give the AI an idea of what we want the form to look like and what we want the required fields to be and stuff like that. So if you want to do something similar, you'd need to attach a Google form of your own. The base URL we'll talk about a little bit as we get further into this, once the AI actually creates and deploys our app for us. And then we have a sheet ID, which is basically just the ID of the sheet that we want to write to. And again, we'll talk about that as we get a little further on here. And then finally, there's this thing called service account JSON, which is something that we're going to have to provide to it in order to give it permission to write to our sheet. And again, more detail on that as we get further along. But the main important thing here is that you have your URL before you copy and paste this. So I'm just going to copy it, and I'm going to go back over to AI Studio again and just paste it. And then also grab a screenshot from my Google form. So that's going to be right there. And I'm just going to copy that and paste it into our prompt. And depending on your platform, you might have a different tool for taking screenshots, but whatever that is, grab a screenshot of your form, paste it in there, and then you're ready to build. All right, this will probably take a little bit, so I'll fast forward through this part. All right, it got to the point where it's asking me for a few things here. First of all, the sheet ID, and second, the service account JSON. So for the sheet ID, it's basically just asking us for the Google Sheet that we want to write our results to. So I'm going to go over to Google Sheets, and I'm just going to create a new sheet. And what it wants is the ID of the sheet, which is this part right here. So it's after the D and before edit, and not including the slashes that are there. So right there, that ID, again, not including the slashes, after D and before edit. So I'm just going to copy that. I'm going to go back to AI Studio again, and I'm going to paste that in for the sheet ID. And for the service account JSON, I'm just going to say add later because we don't know that right now. So I'm just going to put that in there, and we'll go back and add that after we actually deploy our app. So just go ahead and apply. And now our initial app is built. So what AI Studio created here was really two different things. First, there's some HTML that we can drop directly into our website for the form itself. And then there's backend code that sits behind that form and handles the actual form submission. And before we can use this, we need to go and deploy the backend code out to the internet so this will actually work. To deploy your app, what you do is go up here in the upper right and go to publish. It's going to go to this screen. You say get started, and then you can hit publish app down here. Now, I've published an app with this account before. If you haven't done this before, you're going to need to sign up for what's called a Google Cloud account. And before it will let you deploy an app to production, you need to add billing info to that account. That being said, if you're not planning to use it for any kind of high volume, you should be able to do what we're talking about here underneath the Google Cloud free tier. So even though you have to add billing information, it won't charge you unless you go over what's in that free tier. And I'll include two links down in the description. The first one is this document that just talks a little bit about Google Cloud and the free tier. And the second one is this one that really gives you all the levels for what's included within the free tier. And specifically what we're going to be using here is this Cloud Run service, which is in the second document that I'm going to link to. And you can see that there's a pretty generous number of requests that you can have and data that you can transfer and such for these services. So if you're basically just using this for forms and not processing tons and tons of requests, you should be covered under the free tier here. But again, review all these documents and understand that for yourself. All right, so back to AI Studio again. I just want to hit this Publish App button down here. You see that will take a few seconds to actually publish the app. All right, so you see our app is now published, and it also gave us a URL for where our app is available on the internet. All right, now that it's deployed, we need to give it permission to access the sheet, and we also need to go and add that form onto our website. In this case, I'm using WordPress, but this will really work with any website that you have that lets you add HTML. For example, like Squarespace or Wix or whatever. And depending on what platform you're using, they might call that component where you add HTML different things. It could be just HTML, it could be called code, it could be called embed or anything like that. If you can't find exactly what it is, just ask your favorite AI tool, say that you want to add HTML into platform X, whatever you happen to be using, and it should tell you how to do it. It's a pretty straightforward thing. All right, to give it permission to access our sheet, we need to go a little bit in the weeds with Google Cloud here. And to do that, you can just click the Manage in Google Cloud button down at the bottom of your deployment here. And for context, what Google Cloud is basically a service that lets you manage complete IT infrastructure. So deploying servers, databases, all those kind of things. But what we need from it here is a fairly basic thing just to configure some permissions in order for us to be able to access our sheet. So I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. The first thing that we want to do is make sure that you have the Google Sheets and Google Drive APIs enabled here. So to do that, up in the top here, I can just type Google Sheets. I can look for Google Sheets API in the list here and hit enable next to that. And then do the same thing for Google Drive. Just type Google Drive up here and Google Drive API and hit enable for that. And next I need to create something called a service account. So to do that, I'm going to go back under here again. I'm going to go to where it says APIs and services. I'm going to click credentials. And then I'm going to click up here where it says create credentials. And I want to select service account from the menu. And I just want to enter a name here. So whatever works for you. I'm just going to call this form sheet. And then you can just hit done. And then finally, I need to click on the service account that I just created. So whatever you named it, in my case here, form sheet. And then I need to go to keys and I need to go to add key and create new key and select JSON as the type and hit create. And you see that I just popped up a download up there. So what that's going to do is download this JSON file to your computer, which is basically going to be the equivalent of a password for this thing to be able to access your account. So you want to treat this thing like a password. We're going to basically copy and paste the text out of that in a minute. Maybe you put that in your password manager to keep track of it, and then delete that file because, again, it is equivalent to a password. All right, and then one last thing in Google Cloud Console is we want to go back to our service account again and form sheet. And you see underneath email address here, it has an email address, which is basically an email address for that service account. So just copy that, and then we're all done with Cloud Console here. So you can go ahead and close that. And what we want to do is go back to our Google Sheet again, the one that we want to write to. So in that case, it's this one. And I want to add in this email address as someone or something in this case that's actually allowed to write to this sheet. So you do that just like when you share a Google Sheet with a person by clicking share up here and just pasting in the email address for that service account. I can uncheck notify people here since this isn't a person and just click share. So that account now has edit permission and it will be able to write rows to your sheet. All right, now we need to update our app or our form to actually use that service account as well. So to do that, I want to take the JSON file that just got downloaded to my computer when I created a key before, and I want to just open that up in some kind of text editor. And again, this is a password, so you want to protect it, but I want to just copy the text that I have within that. And now again, delete this or do something safe with it as far as the actual file here. And now I want to go back to my app again within AI Studio, and I want to go to secrets. And earlier where it says service account JSON, remember we had put add later. So what you want to do is just paste what you just copied out of that file here. So it just should look like that. It should be a big blob of text. You want to apply changes. And then just to be safe, now that the changes are applied, click the little I here again, just to make sure that you see something that looks like this, indicating that JSON is actually saved into there. So I'll hit apply changes one more time. And now what we need to do is just redeploy this app again so that it has that JSON available and therefore that your form is able to write to your Google Sheet. So to do that, I'm just going to click publish up here again. And it's already published, but I want to hit down here, republish app. And it will again take a few seconds. All right, and we're all set there. Now we're ready to add the form to our website. And in order to do that, one other piece of information you need is the app URL. So this is basically where our app is deployed to on the internet, and our form is going to use that in order to call the backend and to write the data to Sheets. So we need to copy this app URL, and you can do that by just clicking up here to copy, and I'm going to close that. And then over here on the left-hand side, you see there's a preview here and code. And if you click code, there's form HTML. And in the prompt, we told it to create something called form HTML. So you should have the same thing here. And down under that, we also instructed it to create a base URL. And this is basically where we're going to provide that URL that we just copied. So I just want to select in between the single quotes here and paste the URL that I just copied. And that's all set. And now I want to take this whole blob of HTML here and copy and paste it into my website. So I'm going to select all and copy, and I'm going to go over to my website, and I'm using WordPress here. This again would be different depending on the type of system you're using, but for WordPress, I'm going to hit edit page. I've got this block here where I've got add form here, which is an HTML block. So I'm going to just paste in my HTML there. And I'm going to click save. And now I'm going to go preview my form. And you see my form here is very plain looking compared to what I showed at the beginning of this. And that's basically because the prompt says in it to create a very plain looking form that just blends in with the rest of the website. And I did that on purpose so that you could customize the form based on what you're looking for your particular website, your brand, etc. So what you would do is go back into AI Studio again after you get this all working and just describe to it what you want the labels to look like, what you want the fields to look like, what you want the colors to be, all that kind of stuff in order to customize it for you. And then you just copy and paste the updated HTML that it gives you back into your website again in order to get that look. But let's go ahead and give this a try. So I'm just going to put in my name, my company name. I'll put Doug Co. Trying to contact sales. And I'll say I'd like to buy a car. And I'll go ahead and submit that. It went through. It says your message has been sent. And now if I go over to my Google Sheet, you see it's created headers up at the top here with the different fields for each one of the things that were in our form, as well as the values that I actually submitted. All right, so now we've got a customized form that writes directly to our Google Sheet. And you can keep making changes to it from here if you want to make further enhancements. You can just go back into AI Studio in that build section, tell it what you want to change, and it will go ahead and make new versions of this from there. And a really cool thing is there's also versioning to this. So if something goes wrong at some point and you're not happy with a change that got made, you can just select a previous version, roll everything back to that, and then start your changes over again until you get something that you're happy with. So if we go back and compare this to the video that I did last week where I was sending out emails when someone submitted the contact form, one limitation of the way that this solution works right now, and this is really more of an app sheet limitation than a Sheets or an AI Studio limitation, is that it won't automatically trigger the app sheet automations when you submit a form and when you add a new row into your sheet like this. So that limitation is really just limited to the way that this is set up right now. There are some ways that we can go into AppSheet and make that actually work. So that's what I'm going to cover next week, the specifics on how to set up AppSheet triggers so they work when we add in new rows to our form like this. So if you don't want to miss that one, be sure to subscribe. All right, that's all I've got for today. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.